I'm calling the meeting to order. I guess I should need the official.
All right.
As there are no citizen comments, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from March 8th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of March 8th.
Okay. Approval of bills. Do you have any,
Do we want to vote on that?
I just had a question about
You wanna vote
the
on it?
Citgo. It seems kind of high this month. Do you know anything about that?
Probably.
Yeah.
1 second.
Do we want to vote on the minutes?
Oh, all in order, or all in favor?
Aye.
Sorry about that.
He said there's 2 in here. There's March and February, is that correct?
For Citgo?
No, just the bills, or the monthly bills. It looks like there's 2 months. Let me see what he said for Citco. He didn't specify anything for Citgo, but he did say the Home Depot, one of them was for the bathroom floor, and one of them was for the water heater.
Okay. I would just want to like flag that and have him explain.
Sure.
Citgo.
And that could just be like an email or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who would like to make the motion to approve the bills?
Make a motion to approve the bills for April 11th and $43,316.26.
Patrick, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm going to make a motion to approve the bills dated April 11th for $43,316.26.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
What bathroom floor, what bathroom floor are we talking about?
I believe in here, we had to redo the floor because it was uneven.
Okay.
The Citgo, I'm sorry, it does say on the detail report that it was gas for the trucks and equipment.
That's higher than usual. so-
Oh, okay, so clarify that.
Yeah.
Got it?
All right, petty cash.
Make a motion to approve the petty cash in the amount of $934.02.
I'll second it. He made the motion, I seconded
I
it.
just can't hear, that's
He
all.
made the motion, I seconded it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Do you need any of those clarified?
No, I'm good on those.
Okay.
And Miss Ann, would it be all right to approve the minutes from March? We didn't do that yet, did we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, we did?
yeah,
Oh, I
that's the
didn't-
first thing we did.
Oh, I didn't hear it. And we voted?
We voted.
Oh, all right.
Okay, moving on. All right, so Natalie, you've got a monthly report.
I do. Hold on 1 second, I will give it to you. Okay, this month, Ridgeville Park District celebrates Jewish American Heritage Month. We are spotlighting the work of Shalom Klein. As a community growth leader, he is deeply committed to supporting the Jewish community with economic development to help create jobs. He's a Skokie resident, focusing his efforts wherever they are needed in his community, whether it's bringing people together or serving on an economic commission to help build business opportunities. Mr. Klein serves as the executive director of the Jewish Community Council of Rogers Park. You can read more about him
Wonderful.
on our celebration board on our website. Spring Break Camp, Adventures in Cardboard. Spring Break Camp at Ridgeville was a huge success. This year, J.C. Herman was our camp director. She did a really great job. We had over 20 kids enrolled, which was huge for our Spring Break Camp. Got a lot of positive feedback from parents, and we brought in over $2,500.
Wow.
We also partnered with Adventures in Cardboard. We've got 4 camps lined up with them in total this spring and summer. So the first one we ran at Cayman Park at the same time as we ran our spring break camp. Kids loved it. Parents loved it. They let parents and kids do like a drop-in together. So some parents actually brought their kids and stayed for the whole day because they had such a great time, which is awesome. I've already gotten emails asking about future partnership opportunities with Adventures in Cardboard from the community. Definitely some kinks to work out, which was expected, but I'm pretty pleased with how this first camp ran, and I look forward to working with them in the future. Their camp also brought us an additional $600, which was great. Yeah. Spring class session has just begun. The session runs April 2nd through May 27th. I'm still working out which classes will run for sure, and I've attached the almost final schedule here, so if you want to take a look and see what's happening this spring. Laura Downey's dance classes are all at capacity. People love her, and it makes me very happy. That's what all the bubbles that you see on the floor are from Fairy Ballet. We also completely filled the garden to table program, so I'm happy to have launched that again, and it's running very successfully, which makes me super happy.
Good on you.
Yeah, thank you. Partnership with Oakton Elementary. So I had a meeting with Oakton PTA a few months ago to talk about some partnership opportunities, and they had suggested that I offer some classes at Oakton Elementary. So after talking to insurance and talking to Oakton and D65 to figure out how to do that, it was actually just a very easy permit process. So we are offering, these are executive functioning classes. We're calling them Brain Effects. JC Herman is teaching them. We had tried to run them here in the wintertime with no success. So we felt like because she was targeting that age group, that would be a good kind of pilot program to try there to see if there was any interest. And so far so good. We've got kids registered for those classes, which is nice. So that's going really well. Hopefully it continues to go well and we can offer more classes there in the future. The NEA Big Read discussion at Ridgeville Park. So we partnered with Evanston Public Library again this year to host a book discussion for their Big Read. This is a book. It's Citizen and American Lyric. It's really great. I'm not quite finished, almost. I'll get there by Sunday. I'm leading the discussion here on Sunday, the 15th at 4 p.m. They brought us a big stack, probably 15 books to offer to the community that I had put out front, and they are all gone. So fingers crossed that there's no registration process for the discussion. Folks are just welcome to show up from Ridgeville or anywhere in the community that has read the book. So I feel optimistic that people will come. Earth Day Cleanup. This year we partnered with the city for their Earth Day Cleanup event again. It's going to be on April 21st from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. I know that's the same time y'all are meeting for your strategic planning. But that's fine. You'll see us outside picking stuff up and cleaning. And that's it for me.
All right.
So the partnership with Oakton, I mean, that's a new situation. That sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And so who teaches it?
JC Herman. So she's on our staff as an instructor. We had tried to run that class here and nobody had signed up. So when I had spoken to the PTA about it, they had told me it was a really simple process to offer an after school class there. So this just seemed like the right time to try it. There's no cost for us to be there, just a permit process similar to what we do here for the farmer's market if somebody wants to come and stay. We're a low risk vendor, if you will, so there was, it was pretty easy.
So kids don't have to pay for it.
They do.
They do have to pay.
Yes, so it runs the exact same way.
It's an after school program, 3:30 to 4:30
Yeah,
type of thing.
3:35 to 4:35.
And they sign up for a Ridgeville class. And then our instructor goes over there and
And teaches it.
teaches whatever this is,
Yes.
the school.
And then- Yeah, and then we pay her.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
And is it 1 day a week? Is it
2 days a week.
2 days a week?
She's doing grades 4 and 5 on Tuesdays, and Wednesdays she has K through 3.
Cool.
And the executive function is not something that I was familiar with before JC, but it's kind of like tutoring, but it helps kids learn how to prioritize their time. So
Organization.
get their chores done, get their homework done. Yeah, it's like organization essentially. But yeah, and we're offering, so everything is the same. Folks can sign up on our website, they can sign up in our office, we pay JC. It's just instead of being in this building, it's at Oakton.
That's an
How many
interesting
kids are
concept.
involved in it, or-
Right now we have 5 enrolled,
Uh-huh.
which is 5 more than we had in the wintertime, so that's great. We're gonna offer a demo class there for free for kids and parents to come and check it out and see what it's all about.
What kind of class?
One of our demo classes.
Demo.
Yeah, just to give them a chance to see what it's all about, and then hopefully we'll try it again in the fall. But we offer a scholarship program for that program as well, so folks have taken advantage of that.
It's great doing it there because they're elementary kids, and if people can't get them here, they just stay at school.
Well, and that's what the PTA had said, was that a lot of those kids would be interested in doing it after school, but there was no one to get them from point A to point
Because
B.
they're young.
Yeah,
that's
so we
great.
just take that out and just do it there.
Natalie, there's a lot of reasons why I think it's wonderful, okay? Because it is. But part of it is that we're going into a sort of a vision strategy session in a week or two on the 21st. And this is a concrete example, I think, of what we could be thinking of outside of our property box. Because in a lot of progressive park districts across the country, this is best practice, where you go to where the client is, offering what you have, and collaborating with another organization. So
Yeah.
spot on, and thanks.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I had a chance to meet JC here about when she was here for that spring break camp. I thought she was great. She's really energetic and
The kids seem to really
Yeah.
like her.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a mom. She's got how many degrees in childhood education, and she's actually going back for her PhD soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. She's in the middle of that process. But yeah, she's really been great. She's been teaching classes here. She's filled it as a camp director. She's going to be a camp director this summer for us. We've got her on the half days. I'm happy. Happy to have her.
Good work.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, she seems really good. Okay, Jerry?
All right.
Oh, do we want Brian's?
Well, Jerry's next on the list.
Oh, all right.
Point of order. We're back on to being caught up with all the financial reports. I distributed tonight the posting report, the results of posting the March activity. Starting with the appropriations ledger, highlight there is we're sitting at about 68% utilization of the budget overall versus a target of around 71%. So we're looking pretty good. Compared to last year at this time, it's virtually the same. In terms of dollars, the difference is mostly accounted for by the Bromo Park project. So we're looking in good position for finishing out the year at this point. Moving on to the statement of revenue and appropriations. The big change there is in the cash flow. Because of the March receipt of tax receipts, we're sitting at about $232,000 of revenue over what we've expended so far, which is a change from having been in a deficit position for many months through the winter months. The tax receivables are, as a result of the taxes coming in, have dropped down to around $322,000, which we'll receive in the next fiscal year. So we're basically done receiving significant amounts of revenue for this fiscal year. On the outstanding items, two sides to the report. One side has the items that are approved but not yet cleared our bank accounts. The other side has the items that are either pending approval, they should have been on tonight's bills, hopefully, the top part of the report. The bottom part are the problem entries that have sat unresolved for too long, and we need to take board action tonight. I made 4 recommendations for motions. The first one is relatively small dollar amount. There's a $4 item at Best Buy that paperwork's never come through for, and it's been a couple of months, time to write that one off. The second one involves IMRF entries. Back in December, the IMRF calculations for the Christmas bonuses was wrong, and the amount that was approved by you at the January meeting for the January bills was not the amount that we were actually charged by IMRF. So the second motion is to correct those entries. The third item is for a debit card entry that actually was charged to the corporate account, but was approved by the board as a petty cash expenditure. So So we need a motion to put that into the right category. And the last item is an Amazon purchase where the amount that was approved by the board is different than the amount we were actually charged. So they're detailed there in writing. I could have a motion, you could just say.
And I believe, as far as parliamentary procedure goes, we could just approve by consent the motions recommended by the treasurer and vote on that, unless any particular member has an issue with that, then we could do different motions for each. So I move on consent that we approve the motions as outlined by our treasurer on his report.
I have a question. Can we vote on it and then ask the question or?
Oh, sure, anyway, yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
I just have a question on these things that say office process. How much time do you spend correcting all this stuff?
It depends on the entry. For example, the IMRF corrections, that took a fair amount of time and actually ended up being a meeting between me, Brian, and Anna Christina to figure out the little Amazon difference. If I spend 30 minutes having to, dig into the paperwork and figure out where things went wrong, that's about all of the lesser ones. But anywhere from, I would say on average about 30 minutes per item.
Per item?
Yeah.
Because it just seems like there are items coming up every month, so I'm just wondering.
Well, when we had these meetings about this, one of the things that I learned was that when we were giving the Christmas bonuses, we approved $500 per person, but that actually isn't the amount, because then the tax was actually added to that. And so we're really approving like, $675 or whatever the tax for that person would be.
But did that happen in the computing of the
Yes,
deduction?
yes, because it had to be added back in, and it was confusion because and so that came up, and I thought, well, we're not really very well informed as far as
Right.
what we're voting on.
Well,
And
we're
s-
absolutely not. I
But-
think when it comes to do that again, we evaluate that.
Yeah.
Right,
Decide how to do that and know what exactly we're doing.
right,
Yeah, 'cause it's
yeah, 'cause
not
that kind of
gonna-
took me by surprise, I have to say. Okay, so we've approved that. Do you have anything else, Jerry?
That's all I got.
Thank you.
If
Okay.
you have any questions on the thing, because between the last meeting and this one, 3 months worth of financials were distributed. If there's any questions out of that, I'm happy to entertain them, but otherwise, this month we're all caught up.
Good.
Let's see. Brian's report?
Yep. In the past month, a couple money-saving items has crossed his desk. Number one is from iParks, recognizing Ridgeville as an exemplary iParks member. In iParks words, Ridgeville has contributed to the success of iParks by achieving a favorable loss ratio, and in doing so has provided a safe place to make memories. The money savings comes with $2,000 discount on our annual insurance cost. This discount will be credited to us for a total of 3 years. Our 2017 insurance premium was $24,909, and our 2018 premium is $22,991. Our second cost-saving item comes from the Illinois Public Rink Fund in the amount of $359 for a worker compensation insurance refund. The refund comes as a result of an IPRF audit and no workers' compensation claims. We had 2 profitable spring break camps over the District 65 break. Natalie gave you an update. Our annual spring egg hunt was a huge success. It may be our largest in attendance in 27 years. Truly, people were waiting outside. It was a lot of folks. Our maintenance crew has been working on our gardens and lawn repair. We will be aerating and edging our baseball diamonds in the next couple of weeks. EBSA will use our Cayman East and West baseball diamonds on Saturdays from April 21st through June 2nd. Game times will be from 9 to 10 a.m. and 1 to 3 p.m. for their T-ball teams and Farm League, which is ages 7 and 8. Finally, I have a very tentative budget for you today.
I think that in the first paragraph, that's probably the Illinois Public Risk Fund as opposed to rink fund.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's my fault.
That was a skating rink, some kind of.
That's my typo.
I just had a couple questions.
Sure.
Any news on the Nest or the security system that we had talked about?
Yep, so we have installed a QC video system. There's a new camera at the front door. There's a new camera at the top of the stairs outside the fire door. There is a monitor to see said camera feeds in my office, which is in my office because that's where our internet router is, so that's where it has to be. And it's all, I can't show you because I'm live streaming, but it's all accessible through an app on your cell phone.
Cool.
So we've all got it on our cell phones, except Anna Christina. She's working on figuring out her password for Google. And then we'll all be set.
Great.
So that's done and done.
Does it feel more secure to you?
Sure, yeah.
I don't know how to measure that, but.
Yeah, I haven't really, yes.
Because I guess when you're alone, that was the idea sometimes.
Yeah.
If a person's alone,
Yeah.
you can kind of see who's at the door, who's coming up the steps. right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
it is nice if the door's shut. I tend to be here when there's a lot of people in the building, whether it's office hours or at nighttime for classes, so we haven't really had the opportunity, I haven't had the opportunity to lock the door and really get to experience that.
And this is not the kind of security system, is it, that, I don't know what you call it, but loops recording every hour?
It does, yeah, you can
Does?
record it, yep.
Oh, so if there was an issue for whatever reason, we have
look
some
back
kind
at
of a digital
Yeah,
record?
you can rewind through it.
Okay.
And you can see it, so you can pull it up on your cell phone at any time, so you can see
Nice.
what's up.
So, did we pay that bill this month?
Yes, I believe so.
Where did you buy it?
Home Depot.
Oh, so maybe that's part of the Home Depot bill.
That's one of the Home Depot bills. I do have one other thing from Brian that he gave me before he left. I know that we have a no gift policy, but iParks would like to give each of the commissioners a complimentary fleece jacket. I don't know if you guys can accept it or not, but if you can, I just need you to say what size you get it.
And what's the organization?
iParks.
Oh, iParks.
Yeah,
We should be able to take some.
Problem, it's pretty innocuous, I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
safe.
yeah, they're the ones who,
There's no conflict of interest or anything.
right.
Sure.
Cool, I'll do that for,
Should we
you
just-
can, yeah, go for it.
If I could go back to the financials a second, just because there was one bit of good news I managed to jump over. On the statement of revenue and appropriations, in addition to our having received all that tax revenue, program revenue is running over budget at this point. We are showing that as of the end of March, we received $106,000 in revenue against a budget of $95,000. And the actual gross revenue is $109,000. And the reason there's a difference is because we do some refunds through the bills process each month. So what makes it on there is the net of the refunds. So
That's great.
just
Thanks,
confirming
Natalie.
the positive
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah, it shows up in the financials
Okay,
now as
good.
well.
Thank you,
Just want to
Natalie.
make sure that my numbers show what other people's numbers. Thank you.
And
We have more
and the gross
months.
may actually be higher because we don't see in the financials the gross through the credit card website program.
Oh.
There we only get the net deposit because they net what they give us against any refunds or stuff done through that process. And I don't know if we do any or not, but
Yeah.
I know fees are netted against it.
Yeah, that's great. Yay. Thank you for confirming. I don't know if you put the budget in your folders. He did have some notes here. Do you want to talk about that or should we wait till next month for Brian?
I just had a question. I had talked to him about it earlier, but I know you just said that the revenues were up to 106,000. I was just wondering with the budget, I don't know if this is a question I direct to you, Jerry, or to Brian, but what our revenues there are based on, like if we could get a breakdown of that, like maybe he could email us.
Revenue breakdown?
Like revenues from non-governmental revenues, like revenues that we're bringing in from the park district.
Well, I mean, does he have it on here yet? Yeah, there's Appendix A that shows the breakdown of the revenue side.
Right, but could we break it down, camps versus classes versus whatever, that's like a whole figure.
Just a little more detail on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If you could ask Brian to do that, like send an email or something.
Yeah, I think, okay. Okay. Do you want me to go over his notes on the budget stuff, or should we wait until June? Or,
I
not June,
think we could wait, couldn't we?
April?
We could probably look at this in our strategic planning meeting.
Yeah.
You know,
That'd be great.
yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, so that leads us to strategic planning and goals. So that's all kind of wrapped up in our strategic planning meeting that's coming up. So I've got a tentative,
Tell you something, I have to leave that meeting at 11 o'clock.
okay.
It's just occurred to me, I mean, my brother's having we have a family event that I didn't know about until 4 weeks ago.
Can we start now?
I'm okay with that, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but we had scheduled for 4.